Welcome to another edition of Frontlines Radio, and this is just going to be a quick update. Georgia Guidestones, I've been there twice. I've had the honor and dishonor of being there twice, and something that I noticed quite soon after I got there was that there is blood dripping off the sides, actually on 3 points, possibly 5 points. And if you look at it from above and the sides, then you see that there are specific spots where it is the quote-unquote blood is oxidized, so it's black, but there are other photos showing that it's red. So if it's a hoax, elaborate hoax, but something that I recently realized as I went there tonight, which you guys are seeing the pictures superimposed of the first time I went and the second time I went, and I noticed that the blood stains had gotten much larger and much more pronounced. It actually seems really it's very fascinating, and it's also perplexing how and why this could be happening, as well as I exited the vehicle, it smelled like a dead animal or something had died. Also, the blood seemed again to be having pooled in a much larger area, and to attest to this, I also have my brother here with me, who had gone with me on both of these expeditions. And this is him giving his testimony.
I can also attest to what my brother had said about the Georgia Guidestones. I too had the honor and dishonor, as well as visiting the Georgia Guidestones. The pictures should provide enough visual evidence to the fact that the second time there was an increase of a black substance, which could be oxidized blood or any other wild venture you want to take at it. But the reason why I want to claim that it is oxidized blood is simply the fact that once I stepped out of the car, my nose was quickly hit with a disgusting putrid smell that can only be described as something that had died and decayed there for a period of time. I cannot describe to you how horrible this smell was. It smelled like raw sewage, and there is nothing around the Georgia Guidestones for a great distance, but as I walked away, I could sense, I could smell that the smell was also decreasing. So as I walked closer to the Georgia Guidestones, it was increasing. So that should give a little bit of a background to the possibility of more than just structure. There obviously there's some kind of activity, not yet proven, but definitely in the works.
So we're looking at possible organic decay as far as the smell goes. It's definitely anybody's guess as to what exactly is going on, how it is increasing the blood or whatever stains there are. However, what we're seeing is it's following the same pattern of dripping down the sides. One of the things I would like to note is that some of the blood had actually recently dripped into the carvings on the side, because I made a mental note the last time that we were there that some of the carvings had not had blood in them. They had not had blood seep into them. This time, every carving that was that was touching any of the material was had it seep into it. So as you will see further my analysis of the Guidestones, I will play after this, and watch it, don't watch it. This is the update, And thank you for sticking around for this long. And I'll be coming at you with more material soon.
Okay. So as we're here looking at this crazy monument, this crazy American Stonehenge over here, took a lot less skill though to build than the original Stonehenge, although definitely it parallels a lot of the same themes. It just really makes me reflect on who these people really are, how, R.C. Christian, the Rosicrucians, the famed Rosicrucians, who a lot of people would have you believe that, it's just, it's a myth, right? It was made up by a man who wanted to be the bearer of the truth about the Merovingians and the black nobility and everything. Well, does this look like a myth to you? I mean, this is a pretty big deal. Not just because it's big, but because it's a deal. It's no holds barred when you think about what they're saying, the agendas they've been pushing about how we have to maintain balance with nature, living new language on language Tower of Babel kind of esque. The mockery of Christianity, the cornerstone which the mason builder refused, giving out the chips, saying the inversion of Christ with Antichrist, 3.5 years, the chips eventually. Why be so overt? Why have blood? Why just make a astrological monument trying to say it's Christian when astrology is very, very not Christian? With all these holes that they've got in it, trying to tell you when certain things happen, because they used to believe that they could gain power over people by withholding knowledge and giving them knowledge at a time when they would be willing to accept it, and then they could bend their will, like the Hegelian dialectic. And that is what we're seeing here. That is what we're seeing with the perpetual balance with nature. Remember, leave room for nature. And then I look around here, and I've noticed it, and I've been noticing it all day, is, the massive amount of chemicals that they're spraying in the air. I was drinking water out of a water fountain the other day. I said, man, that tastes like fluoride. And then you look at the beauty of the nature that surrounds here and how they're killing it off, but they want us to focus on this and how good they are to the world, how they want to make a monument to themselves. Who was the original one who wanted to make a monument to himself, be above God? That was Satan. And then what was the original sin? You will be like gods. And then what did Nimrod do at the Tower of Babel? We're gonna get to heaven. We're gonna ascend to heaven our own way. That was the first Antichrist figure. Whether he was human or not, it doesn't matter. Personally, I believe the Antichrist is not human. I believe he is part human. And this is one of his monuments. And I think we're going to be seeing a little bit more of this sort of stuff, the Temple to Baal and all that. And I think the world is ready for it. I think we are getting a brief reprieve to turn from our wicked ways. I hope we do. I doubt we will.